Hello everyone, this is East Mountain Films here for the thank you video for the 2021 Easter Bunny Tracker live stream. So this video is going to be split into 3 parts. Part 1 is the stream thank you, part 2 is the tracker thank you, and part 3 is going to be what happened with the stream, what's happening in the future, why haven't I actually retired. So with that all being said, let's get into this very long thank you video with no background content, because you bet I don't have time to put anything back there. So just enjoy the blank screen, of course. So the first things first is the stream thank you. So yes, thank you for a wonderful stream again. The statistics came out to be, I think, like a peak of 390 watching, playbacks of around 20,000. Pretty good result. Not as good as it was last year in 2020, because Track Easter Bunny was streaming this year and they had a pretty big stream, so definitely had to contend with that. But it wasn't really a bad stream. Now the only thing is that I'm pretty sure we definitely had some non-genuine views, bots potentially. The view counter definitely was shifting around at times and was staying pretty high. It really never followed a usual curve. I mean, it did, go up in the evening and then come down at night. I didn't inflate the views myself, so if anything, or anyone is to blame, it's not me. I don't intentionally do that, but still a pretty good stream nonetheless. The only real thing is that a bit of a connection issue, I think, at 11 a.m., and I definitely wasn't that active in chat, as I was pretty busy monitoring the tracker and the growth that it was having. So I really never got to focus on stream chat that often. So that's definitely my bad. And so the chat kind of got a little crazy this year. Definitely next year, if I'm going to do this, which we'll talk about in a little bit in part 3, definitely I'll try and be in chat more. But the tracker was growing a ton, so I was dealing with that. And so that also meant we had to promote some new moderators on the fly, so I don't know if that's going to stick around for 2022, but we'll see. But yeah, definitely think Nightbot also just wasn't working. I think I turned off the filtering for the Easter Bunny tracker, so it really wasn't filtering properly for that stuff, at least I think. I don't know, but yeah. So definitely kind of put together the stream pretty quickly. Did it in like 30 minutes, so it kind of showed during the stream that I really didn't put a ton of time into throwing it together. And I was going to do it an ending song, which will be dubbed in when I do the final bits of tracking video. But basically, I fell asleep at like 4:30 in the morning, and I just didn't get up until 7:30, so I missed the ending entirely. Kind of similar to Easter 2018. It had been a crazy couple of 36 or so hours at that point, and so I was pretty tired and wanted to go to bed. But again, overall, not that bad of a stream. I'm happy the way it turned out, and happy that it was usually the first search result in search, and just since we were competing against Track Easter Bunny, I'm happy that we did definitely get some more viewers, and definitely had a more popular stream, just so that Track Easter Bunny couldn't dominate the YouTube space. So I'm really happy that happened. But yeah, overall, streamed pretty well. Nothing really much to talk about. I mean, other than the not so genuine viewers, probably, that we had. So yeah, but again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you for all the support. Nice to see people from previous streams. And yeah, definitely if I'm going to do this again, which part 3, I'll definitely put a little more effort into the stream. So now on to part 2, which is the tracker part of it. So, track.easterbunny.cc version 5, what can I say? There's a full thank you post on track.easterbunny.cc you can go to. Definitely has a lot of things about what's happening, but I'll try and summarize it here. So definitely we grew a ton this year. We got over 100,000 hits. We hit 6 digits. 102,203 was the final count provided by the Geo API, which is basically our hit counter. Yeah, it was incredibly successful. I predicted maybe, we'll get like 50K hits, maybe 80K if we're really lucky, but I never expected us to do 100,000. So definitely a surprise to get that many hits at the end of tracking. Now represents about 400% growth, 391 exactly compared to last year's hits. It's really incredible stuff. It's not the 800% growth compared to the year before, but that was going from 4,000 to 35,000. I mean, this is going from 35,000 to 102,000. So, in terms of the actual amount of hits that we grew by, I mean that was about 31,000 hits that we grew by last year, and this year we grew by almost I guess 65,000 hits. So, really incredible growth compared to last year. Seriously, awesome stuff. Definitely got a lot of hits around the evening hour. The traffic just took off. It was doing pretty okay throughout the day. I think it was like, oh, we'll get like 50,000 hits or something like that. But no, I mean, it just took off. And before you knew it, we were doing 60, 70, 80, 90,000 hits, which was really crazy to see throughout the duration of the tracker. And of course, we had 100,000 hits. What this also means is that we actually managed to take a really decent chunk of traffic from Track Easter Bunny. I can kind of tell by the emails that they've sent. They're definitely, you can tell they're definitely mad at us that we took away a really decent portion of their traffic. There's no thank you post on their website when I record this as of April 5th at about 2 a.m. Eastern time. There's nothing up there right now. So I think they definitely lost some hits this year, but we didn't. We grew, and really happy about how the tracker went. It was a very smooth experience, very few bugs in the tracker, and it seemed like everyone enjoyed the new features this year. And yeah, the only real thing is that we definitely had some massive costs this year. The bill's looking like probably $600 once it's all said and done. So definitely, now that we know that we're going to continue growing and we're going to continue being a major player in this space, going to go ahead and start to put ads on the website, probably do a Patreon, and along with the coffee donations. I know we set that up pretty quickly during tracking, but we'll definitely make that a more permanent solution. For ads, I'll make sure that they're not disrupting the tracking experience, and that they're using an ethical ad source. Definitely, even though it might result in less money, definitely want to make sure that you're not being tracked around on the internet by ads, and I just don't want to have one more data point for advertisers to use to track you around the internet. So definitely want to make sure that I do it ethically and with respect to your privacy. And again, a lot of this is going to be sorted out. I'm thinking, we have Track Orthodox Money, which is our sister site, launching May 1st, 2021. What I'm thinking is I'll probably incorporate some of those changes into that tracker and use it as a test base to see what we can do. I don't expect that to get a ton of hits for the first run, probably like 1,000 at most, maybe a bit more. So definitely I'm not expecting a huge amount of traffic, but definitely want to test things out and see what everyone thinks of these potential changes. And then the second major thing for next year is I'm going to do a refactor of the tracker on the back end. The code base is 3 years old. It's a lot of not so well written code. It's definitely served us very well, but also it needs a rewrite, and so I'm going to try and rewrite it either using React, which would be a really fun thing to do, to use React, or if we want to save for option, I'll just do it in plain JavaScript, but make it more modular and more object oriented as it goes. So that's definitely happening. April 16th, 2022 is when it all happens. So about 370 some odd days. And again, we'll be doing a lot of the preparation over the summer to get the tracker ready, the summer and the winter. So 2 phases of development. I expect summer we'll do a lot of the core development, and then in the winter we'll do some quality assurance testing then. But again, that's all TBD. Going to probably add some new features as well. I'm definitely looking into some new features that we can add. A big thing that definitely could help streamers, this is one idea that I have, is having a tool that would allow someone monitoring chat to put in a location and retrieve an estimated arrival time, definitely to help stream moderation. So definitely look into doing something like that, and other features for the tracker. games on the site, question mark, question mark. I don't know. I definitely need to see what we're going to do in regards to that. We may not do it again. I think by now most people know that we just don't have games, and it's becoming just part of how our website works. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely super happy about how it all turned out, and super thrilled even with this massive bill sitting on my desk for $600. But anyway, again, so happy that everyone enjoyed it this year. Interesting. We didn't get a ton of press coverage. I'm going to assume that Trek Easter Bunny is going out to websites and sponsoring these posts and telling them about what they do. We don't do that. If someone's writing about us, it's going to be authentic, and but yeah. So that's kind of that. Yeah. So. That's been Track.EasterBunny.cc version 5. Super successful, super awesome. Thank you again for a great third year of running. More details are available in the thank you post on the website. And I guess now to the third part of this video. So a lot of you were surprised when I started my stream this year. I was like, what happened? You came out of retirement. This isn't supposed to happen. No, it wasn't, but this was an experiment. I wanted to see if I could do these streams remotely, if I could do them in the way that, where it's all remote, as I am right now. And it went pretty well. I think I will continue to do these streams in the way that I did it this year. Mostly because monetization. I'm going to see what I can do with these streams. I know I turned on monetization pretty late in the stream, but if it can help with covering costs of TabCC, then I think it's worth it to do it, to not only have a YouTube presence for TabCC, but also to make some money for the tracker. So for this time, I didn't turn on video ads. I just had card ads. I might turn on skippable video ads. We'll see. But that's mostly why I would want to continue streaming, is to have that YouTube presence, because it's relatively easy to do Easter streaming, and it's also my tracker, so I know it in and out, and also to have that YouTube presence. There'd be no pre-show, there'd be no nothing like that. That won't happen. But if it's something that I can just turn on my computer, get going in a bit, and throw it on YouTube, then we're good to go in that regard. In terms of the Santa Tracker streams, those are not happening again. The market is much too saturated, and I don't know. I don't think I will do one again. Yeah, I think Santa is long gone. I think, but I say this, and for all I know, my brain may be like, oh, but we should do it. But no, seriously, I probably won't be doing Santa. I think just given that also Track Easter Bunny was streaming this year, definitely wanted to do it. Make sure that there was another stream going against that one. So yeah, probably from here on out, it's going to be Easter streams only. I don't think we'll do Santa. A lot of people are asking, hey, are you going to do Orthodox Easter Bunny? I don't know. That's a good question. We'll see when the time comes if we're going to do that. I don't know how big the audience is going to be. I might do it to introduce people to it, since it's a brand new thing, and I don't know how many people are going to know that this now exists, but we'll definitely see in regards to that. So if I do end up streaming it, I'll let you know. At the end of the day, though, I'll do a time-lapse for that. The tracker is basically the same as TabCC. Like, it's virtually the same, at least right now, for this first test, aside from the changes to monetization for the tracker. But yes, it depends if I want to stream it or not. It'll really depend how busy I am, and if I want to do it, which I may not want to. But anyway, so that's kind of that. Definitely a nice, short and sweet thank you video. It's 2 in the morning when I'm recording this. I kind of want to go to bed, so this is a good time to record them to make sure I don't ramble on. Thank you for all the support this year. Great to see everyone coming out. Once again, especially with the tracker, thank you for the crazy amounts of support with that. It was really great to see the tracker doing so well, and I'm really happy that we have a good community behind it, and a lot of people know us now and know us by our good tracking experience, which is definitely something that I've always been about providing, and I'm really happy that more people are getting to discover and enjoy that as the years go on. In terms of Track Easter Bunny, they're definitely starting to get on us, and you might have seen the email floating around that went out after the tracking completed, basically saying stuck on at TebCC, which I don't think is particularly nice. I think that's kind of being a sore loser in a way, which kind of spins off the theory that they lost traffic from our tracker, which that's all fair though. Providing if you provide a better product, and you lose traffic because you didn't really change it. I mean, I don't know what you're going to expect at that point other than to lose traffic, and then now you're a sore loser. Anyway, I don't get their logic. I really don't. So, anyway, yeah. I guess a few other ending notes. I'm going to get up the time-lapse as soon as I can. I know that I was missing some footage because I didn't really start it until like 4:30, and I started stream recording at like 2:15, so I'm getting the footage together and all sorted out so that I can have the time-lapse. It'll look a little weird for the first couple of hours, but largely in part during tracking, it'll look all normal, which is good. And of course, with that, we'll do the time-lapse comparison. That'll come out as well, and right now, currently getting the full stream recording. Did a full stream recording for this one, 3 parts, so I'm going to get that up on YouTube as soon as I can. And of course, part 3 that'll be the raw part, and then but the final part of the tracking that video will have the dubbed over ending that I would have played. It would be the ending song from 2019. I was going to play that on stream, maybe next year. There's always next year. But anyway, so yeah, expect that last 80 minutes of tracking as per the usual, and then finally, because I caught the transition from tracking to pre-tracking, I'll do like the first 15-20 minutes of tracking as well. So yeah, that's all coming out in the next couple of days. Should take about a week or so to get all those videos up, and that'll be that for Easter Bunny Tracker 2021. So thank you all so much for the support again. Thank you for coming out. Hope you had a good Easter, and I'll definitely see you around in the next stream. Until then, bye-bye, everyone.